On this episode of ResiWeek, Emerald hires Jason McGraw, and Sonos has a great fourth quarter. All this and more on this episode of ResiWeek.
The network for the AV industry.
What are you listening to?
This
is AV.
This
is AVNation.
This is AVNation.
This is ResiWeek, episode 251, Innovation, Not Litigation.
Support for AVNation is brought to you by
Vanco International. Learn the technology behind the award-winning EVOIP, AV over IP system. Become EVOIP certified today.
And by
Just Add Power, the global leader in video over IP solutions with systems that give you easy installation, unmatched scalability, and outstanding performance.
Hey, welcome to this episode of ResiWeek, your weekly roundup of all the latest news and stories for the residential AV industry. I'm your host, Matthew Scott, for AVNation.tv. And this week, we are pleased to be joined by three of my closest friends. First, we have, why are you laughing at that, Heather? You and I go back how far?
But you always say, and everyone on that, we're always your closest friends. So everybody on your podcast is your closest friend.
That's true.
Well,
if they're not a close friend when they come on, hopefully by the end of the show,
this podcast,
we will be close friends.
And if you are listening, dear listener, you two are all of our closest friends.
Yes, it's a community.
It is.
We're all
stronger together.
We're all about family. We're all about all that fun stuff. And yeah, you're all fine. Heather is one of my closest friends. Avi and Seth, mediocre. That's Heather Sidorowicz. She's the president of Southtown AV. How you doing, sis?
I am doing well. Oh my gosh, almost Thanksgiving here in America, and just crazy days in the work world.
Crazy days. Then we have Seth Johnson. He is a software development manager for Blackwire Design, a good friend, maybe not a close friend now. Heather,
they're all my besties. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Thanks. Do we throw up the heart now, or do we do that at the end?
There we go. He's looking. He's like, wait, how does this go?
My fingers don't work today.
Right.
Last but not least, we have Avi Rosenthal from Blue Swev. He's a partner there. How are you, sir?
I am doing well. Thank you. Also looking forward to Thanksgiving, my favorite holiday. But I'm thankful for all the people out there listening and for the industry we're in. So I'll give you that little shout out.
More so than Christmas?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Love Thanksgiving.
See, that always, my wife is the same way. She's from just north of Manhattan, and she loves, she's turned around a little bit with the kids, but typically, if you ask her, she loves Thanksgiving most of all.
Oh, absolutely. It's been a tradition. I think it's a family thing. Like in my family, it was always a very big deal. And so Thanksgiving's always been like the holiday that we all got together. So, yeah.
I can get down with it. I celebrate both. I celebrate.
In New York this year, we're not allowed to get together. So.
Well, that's the other problem.
So where I live currently, we are. We'll see. We'll see what it looks like. Especially leading into Christmas. That'll be entertaining. But let's jump right into it. Yes, happy Thanksgiving to all of my American friends. Happy Thanksgiving to anybody else who's celebrating it, whether you're American or not, like me. Yeah, it's turkey and stuff. It's going to be great. All right, let's kick this off with a story that comes to us from Residential Systems. Emerald has announced some organizational changes to CEDIA Expo and KBIS. A well-known name if you've been around Infocom and Avixa, Mr. Jason McGraw is taking over as the vice president responsible for oversight of CEDIA Expo and the Kitchen Bath Industries Show, affectionately known as KBIS. Heather, I want to start with you. This is a huge hire for Emerald in general. They had a couple people that had moved on, I believe like a month ago, and I had heard that this was in the works, that they were bringing someone in that we were all going to be impressed with. I didn't realize it was Jason until it happened. So first of all, congratulations to Jason. But Heather, when you see this, bringing in Jason's 25 years of, working with Infocom on the show, what is this going to mean for the CEDIA Expo and the KBIS side of the show, bringing in someone who has such a massive tech background?
I think it's a great thing, right? So now that we have someone, so once CEDIA sold off, I think the worry was, how do you keep a show that's so techy together when you don't have technical people who are putting it together? So now that they have that, I think that they have a lot of they have a much greater chance of being successful and keeping within that technical piece, even though it's run by a company that's not necessarily super technical.
Very good. Seth, one of the things that comes to mind when I see this is as soon as Emerald had purchased the CEDIA show from CEDIA and brought it in-house, there was bound to be a lot of kind of crossover between CEDIA Expo and KBIS. A lot of people exhibit the same. We keep seeing this influx of, kitchen bath technology that is being asked to be integrated or at least function within our smart homes and our technical environments. What do you see? Do you see any change to the makeup of those two shows, given the fact that Jason's now heading this up, but also the economic impact of COVID?
The secondary part of that, I am not sure. I think that's to be determined. First, we're going to have people interested in showing up for a big show before a big show is bound to be successful or happen. So the first part of that, though, I think this is interesting. It could, it's kind of what you thought of there was kind of the first place I went with this too. This could be an interesting way to have people that aren't seeing our industry see a little bit or a piece of our industry, in their show, like the kitchen bath show, which, like you said, there's plenty of smart kitchen appliances. I think Moeller has like a shower that you can get that's fully automated and HomeKit ready and all that good stuff. These are products that high-end clients will be putting in, and there's no reason not to have a high-end control company at one of those shows too.
What is this HomeKit you speak of? Yeah, we've had a joke about that going back a while. Avi, you spend a lot of time at a lot of different shows.
Yes, I do.
That typically that is your life, right? Should this, are we all just thinking that this is going to add a better tech experience to shows like KBIS to open the opportunities for expo exhibitors to get even deeper into some of the Emerald fleet of shows? Is that a naive thinking, or is that something that, is that a strategic move by them in bringing in McGraw? Or again, are we just in our bubble, so we're bringing this together?
No, I think that it shows true commitment on behalf of Emerald to actually take a step forward, bring somebody in who has connections all over the industry, truly understands what it means to put on a tech show, and be able to add, I'm going to steal Heather's word, add synergies in places that there weren't before. I remember when we were first approached when I was working for one of the larger companies to display at KBIS, and we sort of gave a sideways glance because KBIS was sinks and faucets and refrigerators and things like that. And then we actually walked the show and we realized that the same people who we want to attract are already there, right? The designers, the decorators, the architects, the people who are involved in building systems. And the same reason why we go to IBS, for instance, in the International Builders Show is the same reason why we need to go to KBIS. And I think Emerald has figured that out, and they're bringing somebody in. They're not bringing in a lightweight here, right? They're bringing in a guy that knows everybody and can shake hands across the board and can take a serious swipe at getting the technology companies to take it seriously. And so I think it's a great opportunity, and Emerald is really showing some forethought in bringing this home and giving companies an opportunity to not only be at CEDIA, but also be at KBIS and to show off their wares and attract the right kind of clientele.
I'm really glad you brought that up. I kind of want to take a poll. Who has been to KBIS?
I think I have.
So Avi, I knew you were gonna have.
Yeah, I know. I go to every show. What can I say? It's okay.
But the question I have for you:
are you a show stalker? Is that why you go to all shows?
I love trade shows. Heather.
Yeah,
I love trade.
He just
shows.
loves shaking people's hands and
you're not allowed to
being
shake
around
people's hands
strangers.
anymore.
Yep. You have no idea. I physically have the bends from the withdrawal symptoms. Anyway.
So let me ask you this, Avi. Is KBIS a show that as soon as it comes back, everyone within this channel, from Heather and I as business owners, myself as a media person, Seth as the host of a podcast, as well as working for a distributor. Should we all be attending KBIS?
Absolutely. So there's not to speak of a rival podcast here, but you've heard of The Spoon, right?
Mike Wolf.
Mike Wolf, thank you. Mike Wolf's gig. He has done an amazing job in spreading the gospel of technology within the kitchen and bath environments. The KBIS that I attended, the first one I attended was, it was back in Orlando. It's got to be close to 10 years ago. And even then, the white goods companies were starting to take it seriously in integrating technology. Now you've got Procter & Gamble and Whirlpool and all these big companies at CES every year. If they're coming to our show, then we absolutely need to go to their show. And as integrators, your clients are going to demand it. Your clients are going to want to know what goes on in a Samsung kitchen that is different from a Whirlpool or a GE kitchen, and what the difference in technology is, and what the app experience is like, and what the connectivity requirements are. You owe it to yourselves to go to these shows and understand what it's like to put in a smart shower, and not just audio in the shower, but a shower that they're becoming intelligent. Seth's absolutely right. There's an intelligent shower head out there that monitors the temperature, that has Alexa built into it, that has all of the features built in so that you get the same experience from your shower that you're used to getting from your AV equipment. And the only way that we're going to be able to be the technology consultants and concierges that we all aspire to be is by being as more educated than the decorators, the designers, the architects that are speccing these things into the homes with the builder community.
So we made a joke about, HomeKit being built into that shower, and what is HomeKit? Well, HomeKit's the one they know, right? And if we're not there in front of them, they're not going to know anything about a Crestron, a Control4. They're not going to know about a Josh AI. So it's for us to get in front of them, to be at these shows. I've been at one of these shows for sure. I'm looking at a picture of it. And it's absolutely fascinating, all the technology that can go into kitchen and bath these days. Like I said, I've been to one of these. It was 2013. It was a long time ago. Yeah.
Should we be looking at KBIS over CES?
I would say yes.
Wouldn't that be like saying, like, should we be looking at Infocom or CEDIA over CES? And the answer to that is a resounding yes.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's an interesting question. Do I go to IBS, which is the week after CES in Vegas usually, or do I go to CES? As a diehard techno geek that I am, I can't miss CES. There's too much innovation. And I think what saved CES for the integrator community, even though they don't actually admit it or understand it, is Eureka Park. Eureka Park absolutely made it more relevant.
On the day there. And you'll see stuff that you won't see for years later.
But it doesn't matter, but you're educated. Yeah, and you're right, Heather, but you're educated enough to know that it's coming.
Right. And how much fun is it to say a few years later, like, oh, I saw that 3 years ago.
Right.
Oh, I do that all the time because it's fun. Hey, thanks for watching the first segment of this week's episode. To catch the entire show, please click the link below or visit avnation.tv. That's avnation.tv.